I'm Richard.
Hi, I'm Jan.
Hi. It's been my dream for most of my life to sail up and go sailing around the world. And as we're getting a bit older now, I've decided that it's time to actually do something about that. So Jan and I started flying around Asia looking for a boat. And we found a boat in Langkawi that we like. It's a Bavaria 44, a year 2002. It's a little tired on the inside, but it fits our budget, and being a Kiwi boat builder, I'm pretty keen to improve the interior and make it comfortable for us and suitable as a liveaboard world cruiser. To do that, we have looked at what we need inside of a boat, and we've come up with our wish list. And Jen, what would you like in a boat?
I like boats inside have washing machine.
Yeah.
And new kitchen.
New kitchen.
And air conditioner.
Yes, we need all these things.
Yeah, this will be very important.
The boat's 2002, so it's 20 years old. A little on the tired side. There's nothing structurally or physically wrong with the boat, but it could do with making it look nice. The boat is a little dark. It's a mahogany interior, so we're going to make it lighter and brighter on the inside. It's also a 4-cabin version. I would like to make forward of the mast a master cabin, 1 cabin, and put in a large stand-up shower, because one of my requirements is that we have a good sized shower. And then we need to do things to make it more comfortable for cruising. We need solar power, we need lithium, we need a water maker. We just need to make it very comfortable for cruising, and that's what we intend to do. And we're going to show you what we're starting on. The first jobs is going to be to start in the forward cabin and do hull windows, and then strip out the cabin area and create the master cabin. The boat is we brought it in Langkawi.
Sorry, excuse me.
It's now in Hong Kong, and we're doing everything on the water. So let's start by showing you what the boat looked like when we brought it, and then we can move into the changes we're going to make, how we're going to make them, and then the actual doing of them. This footage is from the day we were handed the keys in Langkawi, Malaysia. 44 with its easy transom access, twin steering wheels, large cockpit space ticked all the boxes for me. Companionway access is fine too. The stairs are not steep, so you can walk down facing forward if need be. The Bavarias have a nice wide, simple layout inside. 4-cabin, 2 heads, mahogany interior, mahogany trims, mahogany bulkheads, which can make the boat look a little bit dark. This boat, overall condition was quite reasonable. Going forward, the boat has 4-cabin, 2-bunk V-berth in the starboard cabin and a small V-berth up front. To the right here, mainly used as storage. Everything in this area is quite small. The idea I had when walking through was to turn this forward of the mast totally into 1 cabin. This is the V-berth, small and dark. It needs some lighting. Maybe a couple of hull windows would lighten things up. The heads, both the forward and the aft head, were showing they were a little tired. In the galley, the gas stove would need replacing, and the top loaded fridge was quite small. The aft head had quite good headroom, and overall size okay, just needed a little bit of updating. The aft cabins, very nice. 2 good sized berths. Maybe a little bit more light would be nice. The navigation area, everything's pretty dated, time to replace all the instruments. A little bit more difficult, all the work would have to be carried out while the boat was on the water. The first job is to make the V-berth feel more spacious and add some hull windows for extra light. So those cupboard units will have to come out. The next project I'm doing is I'm adding hull windows to the forward cabin. I've made up a hull window the size I like, held it on the inside of the boat. I like the size. It's approximately 600 millimeters by 230 millimeters. I'm using 12 millimeter acrylic. I've marked the space position on the outside of the boat, so in a minute I'm going to go and cut the actual hole. Once I've cut the hole, I then insert, push into the hull, put a screw through here to hold it in place, a insert. This insert is 15 millimeters thick, the acrylic's 12 millimeters thick. I'm going to have the hull window flush to the outside of the boat. So that gives me clearance for the acrylic. It's also larger, size-wise, all the way around. It's 8 millimeters larger to allow for expansion. I've just made this out of plywood. I covered it with sellotape so that when I put it inside the boat, I can then laminate down over top, connect the laminate to the boat, and over here with the sellotape it will not stick. So when I remove this, I'll have the recess for this. Okay, I'm going to go cut it. Well, as you can see, I've cut out. Been quite a job. No, actually it went quite quick. I've been using a jigsaw, and I use a diamond tooth blade. So it actually cuts it pretty much like butter. You can see through the other side, starboard side's cut out as well. Oh, this is quite heavy laminated on this 44. It's a good outer skin, foam, being hand bonded on, and then the inner laminate. This is quite heavy construction. More modern boats don't have this weight of glass. Now, next step is I've got to cut this in about 30 to 40 millimeters so that I can create a recess to bond the outer and inner skins, and then up and over my insert to create the insert for the acrylic. What it looks like from the inside. Okay. I've marked my 40 millimeters on the inside. I'm going to cut the inner skin at that, and then I'm going to grind and round this back and put an angle down to the inner layer so I can bond the inner and outer layer and build up my flange. As you can see, I've ground it round. I've put some bevel on the shape here. Now I'll push the wooden insert in, and it'll come up here. My laminate will run from here through here and up and around, and in this area I'll make it around 8 to 10 millimeters thick. side's the same. The laminating on the inside is now complete. Very messy, dirty process, so I didn't show that. You see, bonded onto the main interior laminate, it goes down through, it touches the exterior skin, then up and over, and this will get cut back to give me a bonding area for the acrylic. You got a little bit of problem, the gel coat come over the edge, but that should crack off. Now I've removed the screw now. See if I can back it. I've actually fitted the window in on Seeker 295 UV. After I did a couple little gel coat repairs around the outside, I've primed the acrylic where the bond area is with 209D. You've got to make sure you get the right primer. I'll let this cure for a couple of hours and then I'll remove the tapes and I will backfill this area. Make it alright. The Seeker has bonded the window into place. Now I've got to backfill the hole. I've masked right round. I'm going to squirt in the Seeker and clean. I'm going to actually finger cove it with the finger. We'll see how that goes. Now it's in. Time to use my finger. See that? Not too bad. Not too bad. Really nice finish. I'll remove little fluffy bits of paper and that off the edge, detail, and everything's gone off. First two windows done. Eventually I'll have 6 in this boat. Final look. Not too bad. I've cleaned up around the now above area 44 we have the 4 cabin version. So we're going to turn it into a 3 cabin version. To bow starboard we have double bunks. And the 4-peak cabin, I'm going to take out this wall. Is going to go, and we're going to turn this forward of the mast into one big cabin. Subscribe and follow along to see how we go from this to this.